Okay, hello.
Hello,
This is
everybody.
hello, Ishan. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for everyone else who's going to be joining us as well, either live or watching it back. This is a session on coding with Swift playgrounds. We're contacting you from Basingstoke College of Technology in England, and we've got a series of sessions. We're going to be showing you lots of different cool things with technology to enhance learning. We're going to start with Swift Playgrounds and coding, but we've got other sessions coming up, which I'll share more about shortly. I'm Scott, I'm a teacher. I'm also in charge of digital teaching and learning at BCoT, Basingstoke College of Technology. We are based in the southeast of England, and we help other people, other schools and colleges to use technology. It's really important to us that we help other people, other teachers, other students, whether it be people in different countries, like Ishan's joining us from Ireland right now, or whether it be helping, for example, Newcastle College, like I was earlier on today. It's important to us that as a Apple Regional Training Centre that we help everyone. So get in touch if you want help with anything at all. Apple Technologies, Google, we're pretty agnostic as a rule as to what technology we use, but it's important to us that we just connect with other people who like learning. Here's a quote. Donald Glover, good old Donald, talking about coding and relating it to the spark of God, creativity is what coding is, building things, isn't it? It's a beautiful thing. This quote sort of contextualizes the session quite nicely in relation to the capability of coding and what it can do. So we're going to be talking a little bit about what coding can do. My colleague, my apprentice, Amara Tariq, is going to be taking us through a session. So Amara's got a triple distinction star in computing and was snapped up by us as a learning technologist, and she now works supporting staff and students with technology. So Vera knows more than I do about coding. I'm pretty naive about it. I do it with my 7-year-old daughter. We do it together and we learn using Swift Playgrounds and other tools. So there's no one better than Amara from our team to take you through this session. So I'll pass you over to Amara now, okay? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Umara, and I'm a learning technologist apprentice. I've done BTech Extended Diploma in IT Level 3 from Reading College, and now working with BCoT's digital team to develop teaching, learning, and assessment practices that align with college's digital strategy and team manifesto. In my childhood, I wasn't a programming person at all, but when I saw things working around me, like how a single piece of code can warm up your food, how a single piece of code can wash up your clothes, this really fascinated me. Then I thought, if this really fascinates me, why not take it a step further? So I studied computer science as a major subject, and here I am today, delivering a session on Swift Playgrounds. Today we will be exploring Swift Playgrounds, but before we start exploring, let me tell you what Swift Playground is. Swift Playground is a powerful free iPad app from Apple that gives opportunity to everyone to learn how to code in an easy, flexible, interactive, and fun way. If you want to play along or explore along in this session, you will need an iPad and a Swift Playground app. Swift Playground is designed as a game. By solving and exploring these puzzle words, everyone can learn the basics of coding that become the foundation of their programming knowledge. These interactive puzzles teach the programming concept in a way which is both fun and engaging. It also builds up the confidence and develops the skills like problem solving, computational thinking, creativity, and critical thinking, which are essential learning skills. Everyone can learn to code in Swift Playground by playing different games, solving different puzzles, and guiding a character through 3D world. 10 activities are designed for the beginners age 10 and up to teach them the basics of coding. And the best thing about this is that you do not require any coding knowledge. We will see and explore what each activity is about one by one. He will be your coding companion. Does anyone know his name? Ishan, do you know his name?
I'm Scott Aiden.
No, do you know the name of this character?
हमने
He is Byte. You want to say hi, hello to Byte?
yeah.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi.
bye.
Once you will open up Swift Playground app, you may or may not have the courses available. Courses are also known as playgrounds. Playgrounds are basically a container of apps and lessons that will help you to learn coding. If you do not have any coding knowledge, then I would highly recommend to start it with Learn to Code 1. In this chapter, you will learn how to issue commands, how to move byte around, and how to collect gems. In order for byte to move around and collect gems, you have to select the coding commands in sequence. Otherwise, it will give you an error. In the next chapter, you will learn about functions. Do you know what is a function? Does anyone know what is a function? Okay, I'll tell you. Function is a collection of commands grouped together and given a name. That set of commands then can run by using just the name of the functions whenever the set is needed. In Swift Playground app, there is no turn right command available. In order for byte to turn right, he has to turn left 3 times. So what we could do is we could create a new behavior by selecting the existing commands, and then we could use that behavior to create a new function. So whenever we want the function, whenever we want the byte to turn right, we will just use the function right instead of typing turn left, turn left, turn left 3 times. In order to enhance your coding skills, you could download the Playground BCoT. In this playground, you will learn how to create a dance routine and how to create basic moves. But you have to buy BCoT from Apple. In the next playground, you will learn about loops. Does anyone know what is a loop? Okay, I'll tell you. Loop is a programming structure that repeats the sequence of instructions until a condition is met. In this playground, you will identify a repeating pattern. And if a pattern is repeating many times, then you could execute for or while loop. And then you could execute a for or a while loop in order for byte to move around and collect gems. This is really helpful for the users because it saves time and the code looks more efficient this way. The next playground is Lights, Camera, Code. Camera lets us capture the most special moments of our life. In this playground, you will learn how to take photos using different components, how to take photos using different components and how to decorate photos using stickers and labels, and how to decorate photo boards. In the next playground, you will learn about variables. Does anyone know what is a variable?
Is it a variable, like an if this, then that sort of approach? So if you do this, no, am I off?
No. Let me tell you what is a variable.
I'm not, honestly, I'm terrible in terms of retaining. I need to go back and put in the hours, Amara, to practice.
That's fine. I'll tell you what is a variable. Coders store information using named containers called variables. The value it stores never changes unless you change it yourself. In order to create a new variable, use var followed by variable name. In this playground, you will create variables which will track the number of gems byte collects. In the next playground is spirals. In this playground, you will create mathematical shapes. You could also change the track radius and wheel radius variables to create funny shapes. Then in the next playground, you will learn the types in bytes word, and you will learn how to alter the properties of portals to switch them on and off. In the next playground, which is a game, rock, paper, scissors, you will learn how to create a game. Have you ever played rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah. Cool. Everyone's played.
Ishan, have you played rock, paper, scissors?
Hey, yes.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. That's because like I play it every day with my friends at school because we play this game called as Ultimate Tag, and if we both catch each other at the same thing, we need to do rock paper scissors. So yeah, I play it every day.
That's good. Great. When you will start off the rock paper scissors game, it will give you a classic version of rock paper scissors game. This is for 2 players, you and a robot opponent. The first one to win 3 games will win the game. You could also personalize this game by adding new emojis and by setting new rules for your game. Once you will learn all the basics of coding, then you could download the playground shapes. In this playground, you could create your own interactive projects that move and change color when you tap on them. So this was the overview of Swift Playground app. Now you know what to expect in each playground. If you have got any questions, please drop a message in chat or unmute yourself to ask. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, Scott.
Thank you, Amira. That was wonderful. So, in relation to Swift Playgrounds, do you recommend? I mean, who is it best aimed at? I mean, I'm a 38-year-old man, but my daughter's 7, and we're learning alongside each other, and that's working really well for us because we're both curious to learn. But do you think in schools, any students could learn, or is it just computing students? Who do you think this is best for?
This is best for everyone who wants to learn coding, because these are the 10 activities which are designed for the beginners who has to be age 10 or up. So they do not require any coding knowledge for that, and this is designed as a game as well. So it is really beneficial and helpful for the coders who wants to learn code.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I've got to stop putting it off. I've got to put in more time to actually work through the playgrounds because it's incredibly beneficial. It's, as you say, it's the fundamentals, the DNA of a lot of the life and the tools that we use in our lives. So to actually understand code and use the Swift language, as it were, the Apple language to do so is something that I've got to put in more time. I need to have a weekly hour, I think, Camaro. I just sit down and make sure I put in that time.
Yeah,
Thank you
you
very
could
much.
also play it with your daughter, because she doesn't
No.
require any coding knowledge, and once she will start playing it, she's going to love it.
Yeah, I need to. We started it a while back. We need to go back to it though. Absolutely. Thank you, Martin. I can see you joined us as well. Hi there, Martin. Um, so Martin and Ishan, thank you very much. And we've got lots of other people who will be watching this back as well. Who've contacted us to watch the playback as well. Have either of you got any questions at all for Imera?
No.
Do you like coding? Have you ever used Swift Background before?
Yes. No.
No. Okay. It's really good app, and you do not require any coding knowledge to play this game. So I would recommend this, that you use it, because it will enhance your coding skills.
So he's at the beginning. He doesn't have any experience with coding. So I downloaded for him this app, and I thought probably it's suitable for children. It's made easy, but I
Are
don't
you
know how to use it. So we booked this webinar to understand how to use this.
That's good. Are you a teacher?
No, I'm his mother.
Okay.
He's almost 9, so I think it's okay. We'll not wait until he's 10. No, he can do it or not.
Yeah, my 7-year-old's getting on with it quite nicely when she was having a play with it. And it really helped her to, it's the character, the bite character that sort of guides you through it, trying to help you get invested in his story and trying to understand the directions and the different ways to actually use code to direct him around. That really helped her to understand these complex principles. So even though he's not quite 10, I think that's still worth a go.
He already made a few games in Scratch, so probably. But it seems different. I don't know.
Yeah, it's already made up. You do not have to make anything using Scratch. In this Swift Playground app, you just have to select commands. The commands are already there. You just have to drag and drop.
Like I don't know, in Scratch they use a block.
Yeah, in Scratch they use blocks.
Then at the end you see the result.
Yeah.
If it's working or not.
Yes.
But I think it's more interesting like this because
The earlier slides before Martin joined, you'll be able to show some of the earlier playgrounds actually that are already pre-built, and the first one in particular, I think, is a really good place to start. If you could show that on the screen again, that would be great.
Yeah, if you started with Learn to Code 1, this one.
But okay. Learn to code 1. Okay. So I should download first this.
Yeah, first you have to download Swift Playground app, and then you have to download this playground. Learn to Code 1.
Okay.
As you could see the video here, it will give you the instructions. And once you will learn all the instructions, then it will come up this. Can you see the commands down? Codes, move forward or click jump. So you just have to drag and drop the commands.
One by one.
Yeah, one by one. But you have to select in sequence, otherwise your code will not run. Like if the byte has to click jam, which is like 3 steps forward, then you have to click move forward, move forward, move forward 3 times, and then you have to click on click jam. Then you have done this part, and then it will come the next level.
Is there a possibility to cancel if you put a wrong comment?
Say that again. Sorry.
If I drag and drop wrong command, is it possibility to cancel it?
No.
No.
Yeah. So can't you repeat it, Amara? If you get it wrong, is that you can't do it again?
No, you have. You can do it again, but it will give you an error for that. But when you will retry that, then you can do it again. You could do it as many times as you want until you make it correct.
Okay.
See, when Byte is given the wrong instructions, he'll sort of shake his head or put his hands out, and he'll sort of gesture as if to say, "I can't do that," and then you have to go again. So it's sort of a problem-solving activity.
Yeah, like in everyday life activities, you have to follow instructions. Like in order to make tea, you have to turn on the kettle, put water in it, then put milk and tea bags in it. Like you have to follow sequence. This works same with coding. You have to follow sequence. Otherwise, it will come up with something else.
And he made also some microbit project. You know what's microbit? With online simulator coding a robot to make lights and something.
Lights camera code?
No, microbit.
Oh, MeBot. Demo MeBot. For that, you have to buy the robot from the Apple. And once you will buy this from Apple, and you have to download this BCoT Playground in the Swift Playground app, and then it will tell you that how to create a dance routine or basic moves for the robot.
But this is a real robot.
Yeah, this is real robot. You have to purchase it from Apple.
But from Apple Store, or I can make a.
I think from Apple Store. Yeah, from Apple
Not
Store.
Amazon. This kind.
Maybe some people sell on Amazon, but you could check always.
Okay. Seems interesting. Okay.
Any other questions?
Oh. No. For the moment, we need to check to pass all this playgrounds 1, 2, 3. If we go to the end, probably we'll have more questions.
Yeah, you could always send me an email and I could help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you my contact details, and then you could always drop me a message or drop me an email. Then we could just catch up and work on coding.
I've just put Amara's email into the chat there as well. So feel free to reach out to Amara so she can provide some help, some one-to-one coaching. And we're based in Basingstoke in the southeast. I'd love for people to come and work with us in real life. I don't know whereabouts you're based, but if not, we can do it online as well.
Okay. But you made the game, this application.
Which application? This one? Swift Playground?
Yeah.
No, I haven't made this. This is Apple made.
No more questions. And when we go to the end, is there some second level or something?
Yeah, there are loads of level in this.
Yeah, Amara, I think Martin joined around about number 5. So if you could show the first 4 again, that would be grand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is the second level. In this level, you will learn.
I hear before. I watched the presentation, so but at the end, after I don't know, variables or what was the last one?
Create with shapes. This one, spirals or create with shapes.
And after that, what is finished? Or
this is the last one. In this one, you can create your own interactive projects. Like once you learn all the basics of coding, then you could download this playground which is called Shapes. And then in this playground, you could create interactive projects, like your own projects. Let me just show you that. Like, can you see this coding? But in this, you have to write code by yourself. You cannot like do drag and drop. You have to write code yourself. Because once you will learn all the basics, then you will be able to write code yourself. So this is the main
for Python.
It's not Python, it's Swift language.
Yes, but I think they are ready after that to learn other languages more. I don't know, much more easily.
HTML is HTML and Java and Python and C. I don't know which one you are talking about.
When the children arrive at this level or the last level, they could continue with other languages, but it will be much more easily for them to learn other languages.
Yes, it will be, because it will enhance their coding skills and they will be easily understand other languages as well.
Very useful. Oh, and they will have the thinking of coding.
Yes, it will enhance their. They will able to do like. It will develop computational thinking skills, creativity skills.
You can see Charles has joined us as well. I think that's Kathy as well. Hello there, both.
Hello, both.
Hi there. Sorry, a bit late.
That's all right.
Thanks for joining us. And hi there, Charles.
Hello.
Okay, so Amara, as we've had a couple of people join us at this stage, we might want to see if Ishan or Martin have any more questions. If not, we might want to demonstrate the 10 different stories again, as well, 10 different stages to Kathy and Charles.
Sure.
So Ishan, Martin, have you got any other questions at all? I've put into the chat Amara's email here, and she's really keen to sort of help with you guys with this. Any one-to-one coaching, working on any of the Swift playgrounds that you've downloaded. I know Martin was downloading one, it seemed like there. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask now. If not, feel free to stay on the call while we show Charles and Kathy the playgrounds.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for stopping by.
Everyone can learn to code in Swift Playground by playing different games, solving different puzzles, and guiding a character through 3D world. The best thing about this is that you do not require any coding knowledge. 10 activities are designed for the beginners age 10 and up to teach them the basics of coding, which we will see and explore what each activity is about. He will be your coding companion in Swift Playground. Does anyone know his name? No?
I don't know.
Okay, he is Byte. Once you will open up Swift Playground app, you may or may not have the courses available. Courses are also known as playgrounds. Playgrounds are basically container of apps and lessons that will help to learn code. If you do not have any coding knowledge, then I would highly recommend to start it with Learn to Code 1. In this playground, you will learn how to issue commands, how to move Byte around, and how to collect gems. In order for Byte to move around and collect gems, make sure you select the coding commands in sequence. Otherwise, it will give you an error and your code will not work. In the next playground, you will learn about functions. Does anyone know what is a function? No? Okay, I'll tell you. Function is a collection of commands grouped together and given a name. Then those set of commands then can run by using just the name of the functions whenever the set is needed. In Swift Playground app, there is no turn right command available. In order for Byte to turn right, he has to turn left 3 times. So what we could do is we could use a set of existing commands and create a new behavior. And then we could use that behavior to create a new function. So whenever the Byte wants to turn right, we could just call the function right instead of typing turn left, turn left, turn left 3 times. In order to enhance your coding skills, you could download the Playground BCoT. In this playground, you will learn how to create a dance routine and how to create basic moves for BCoT. But you have to buy BCoT from Apple Store. In the next playground, you will learn about loops. Does anyone know what is a loop? No? Let me tell you what is a loop. Loop is a programming structure that repeats the sequence of instructions until a condition is met. In this playground, you will identify a repeating pattern. If a pattern is repeating many times, then you could execute for or while loop in order for Byte to move around and collect gems. In the next playground, camera lessons capture the most special moments of our life. In the playground lies camera code. You could learn how to take photos using different components, how to decorate photos using stickers and labels, and how to decorate photo boards. In the next playground, you will learn about variables. Does anyone know what is a variable? Yeah.
I might get everyone. Kathy's going to jump in and get the points if I don't get this right, so the pressure's on now. Is it, because you told me this, Amara, where you can change the value?
Yeah, which stores value. Yes, Katie?
That sounds about right, I think.
Yeah. Coders store information using named containers called variables. The value of the variable cannot be changed unless you change it yourself. In order to create a new variable, use var followed by variable name and then value. The type of information it stores never changes. Like if you assign a variable an integer value, later you could not assign it a string value. So in this playground, you will create variables which will track the gems Byte collects. In the next playground, which is spirals, you will learn how to create mathematical shapes. You could also change the track radius and wheel radius variables to create funny shapes. In the next playground, control the portals, you will learn the types in bytes word, and you will learn how to alter the properties of portals to switch them on and off. The next playground is a game, which is rock, paper, scissors. Have you ever played rock, paper, scissors game? Anyone? Do you like it?
Love it.
Great. So when you will start off this game and hit run code, it will give you a classic version of rock, paper, scissors game. This is for 2 players, you and a robot opponent. And first one to win 3 games will win the game. In this playground, you will also personalize the game by adding new emojis and setting new rules for your game. Once you will learn all the basics of coding, then you could download the playground shapes, in which you could create interactive projects which move and change color when you will tap on them. So this was the overview of Swift Playground app. Now you will know what to expect in each playground. So if you have any questions, then drop me a message in chat or unmute yourself to ask. Have you got any questions, anyone?
What age did you say this was suitable for?
This is suitable for kids and for adults as well, because this is designed for the beginners age 10 and up. And the best thing about this is that you do not require any coding knowledge.
Does it work on what?
It works on Apple.
Computers?
It can work on Macs, iPads, or iPhones.
And are all of those lessons, Amara, are they all built in?
Yeah, they're all built in.
So Kathy, I was using that with my daughter. I was saying earlier on, my 7-year-old. I'm not as good as I should be with coding. It's quite embarrassing doing what I do for a living, helping with digital learning. It's a bit of a gap in my knowledge. So using Swift Playgrounds to learn the fundamentals, the basics, using this character to take us through these different playgrounds. Yeah, it's been quite incredible. A 38-year-old and a 7-year-old learning alongside each other. So yeah, we think it's a really, really powerful tool, really interesting.
Are there links to particular languages? I heard somebody mentioning Python earlier, but is it tied to particular language, or is it? Did you say
Swift,
it was
it's Swift language?
And that's not. Is that quite different to? I'm not a coding expert either, so.
It's different from Python and Java and C#, but it's very easy to understand and use and learn because it's designed for the kids as well. So that's why.
And have you? Sorry, it's me asking all the questions. Don't know if
That's
anybody
fine.
else.
That's fine.
Have you been through all of these and tried out all of the activities? And if so, which is your favourite?
I've finished level 1, and I've liked the spirals in which you could create funny shapes, like mathematical shapes, by changing the track radius and wheel radius. And I also like rock, paper, scissors game because you could also set new rules for yourself if you don't like any rules. So you could just set it for yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Has anyone else got any questions? Hi, Ramin.
Hello.
Do you like coding, Ramin?
Obviously, I do like coding. Sorry, I was a bit late. I was busy with some.
That's fine.
calls.
We could send the presentation later.
Sure, because I've missed the first part. That was quite useful. So, this Swift language, if we play around with this one, will it help in learning other languages?
Yes, it will. Because once you will learn one language, then it will always help with other languages. in
Okay,
coding, and this language will enhance your coding skills.
cool. But I guess it's a nice tool.
Yeah, it is.
Sure, I would like to have the full presentation, Mara.
Sure, thank you. I'll email you
Thank you.
later.
Put Amara's email into the chat again there, Ramin. So feel free to contact Amara if you want to have any one-to-one coaching training on that. We'll be happy to do that. It'll be really fun to do so. Okay?
Thank you.
Not at all. Thank you. Any other questions at all from Amara? Feel free to type them. Feel free to turn your mic on if you like. Okay.
Should we move forward then?
Well, at this point, Amara, because we have got the last part in relation to teachers, really. I think we've got a lot of bright students in this call who joined to find out about coding and about the Swift language and Swift playgrounds, which you've kindly demonstrated for everyone as have come in. And of course, we'll send the video to people if they request it as well. Absolutely. Talking about the Apple Teacher program, not too sure will be as interesting is what I'm trying to say, but I can certainly have a look through it in a sec. I'll just give the guys another chance to ask any questions, because I was going to spend the last 15 minutes or so just talking about the Apple Teacher program, but I don't think that's going to be as good, is it, as talking about Swift Playgrounds. Any other questions about Swift Playgrounds or coding for Amara? And again, her email is in the chat there if you want to contact Amara and work with her to go through the playgrounds, or just have some coaching from somebody who's got a triple distinction star in computing and is now a learning technologist at a college. It'd be good to get that coaching from such an expert. So feel free to reach out if you're too shy or don't want to ask any questions now. I know what it's like. Okay. Any closing sort of thoughts, Amara? Anything else you want to share as a sign-off?
I would recommend this app to everyone because it will enhance their coding skills, and they do not require any coding knowledge for that. They could also ask their friends to use this if they want to learn coding. So that's it.
Thank you so much, Amara. I really appreciate that. And I'm learning. You're teaching me, and you're making me feel guilty for not knowing as much as you. So I need to study up. So you need to help me with that next week. Question from Kathy's coming to the chat here about what might be a good choice to do after Swift. And I know it relates to some other languages quite nicely, but what do you think is the next progression from Swift when you learn that language?
Maybe they should start using Scratch after Swift Playground. So they could create their own little projects like a game or something else. So yeah, after Swift Playground app, after completing all the courses, all the playgrounds, they could start creating little projects on Scratch.
Yeah, the Scratch is fantastic, isn't it? Really creative. And that's a real good natural sort of building block from that. Absolutely. Yeah, good shout.
And they could also create their own different interactive projects in Swift Playground. If they have completed one project, they could start working on a different project after that to enhance their coding skills.
That's really good. And I've been working with our level 2 IT students to show them Swift Playgrounds. We'll start to see what they're going to be creating as well. And with the year 10, year 11 taster days we're going to do soon as well, it would be lovely to get them using the iPads to create as well. So yeah, we'll do that as well. That'd be great. Thank you. If you could be so kind as to click to the next slide for me, please, Amara. Thank you. So for anybody watching this back or anybody on the call right now, we offer free support for schools and colleges to use technology in a meaningful and relevant way, one-to-one coaching and training. So if you want help using any Apple tools or anything else, please get in touch with us. So I've put our emails into the chat. I'll do so again now. You can always reach out and we can coach you, show you different tools and help you to use different technologies to help you in teaching and learning.
Excuse me?
Yes, Ishan?
I missed. Okay, so now like I can't see anything you're presenting. Like it isn't showing anything.
Can you not see? We are here to help with free peer-to-peer support.
No, I can't see anything. All I can see is a black screen that tells your name.
Can anyone see else? Can't see anything, or they can?
Yeah, I can see. Okay, that's
But
interesting.
I can't see your presentation.
Maybe refresh your tab, Ishan. I think something is wrong with his. Oh, you're here. Maybe refresh your tab, Ishan.
Yes, I did refresh it.
You
Is it
still can't
working
see
okay
it
for you now, mate?
No, I can't see it.
Ah,
because everybody else can see it.
okay. You might want to click on another one of the tiles at the top right-hand corner to see the presentation. You might have clicked on a different tile to see one of our pictures instead. If you click on the top right-hand corner, Ishan, you should be able to see where there's a little...
I can't see anything.
Oh, dearie me. Okay. Well, in the top right-hand corner, there's an option to see the different tiles, and it should be one of those that you might have clicked away from, but that's okay. We're wrapping things up now, Ishan. Anyway, what we're going to do now, mate, is I'm going to talk to any teachers that are on the call about how they can help their students. If you want to get any help from Umera, please get in touch with us. Pass it on to your parents or contact us from the email you signed up with, and we'll be able to have one-to-one coaching and training with Umera, okay? Okay, Umera. That's good. So if you need any help, mate, we'll be able to... Umera can help you with that, okay? So please get in touch with us when the email you signed up with. We'll be able to help you, all right? I'm going to talk to the teachers now about how we can help them with their students. Thank you, mate, for coming by. You're welcome to stay if you want, but I'm not going to be as interesting as Umera was. If anybody wants to become an Apple teacher, to use these technologies using iPads or iOS devices, we can help you to become an Apple teacher, which is a really useful way to go through the basics, the fundamentals of all the Apple digital pencil case, as it were, for free, to test your understanding, to do these self-marking quizzes and tests, to get that verification, that rubber stamp that you're using these technologies well, which is really useful. I used it and my team have all gone through it as well. It's been a really nice way for us to grow and understand and explore. When you use the Apple Teacher.apple.com site, you've got different resources to help guide you through how to become an Apple teacher. And you have to collect badges essentially to unlock the Apple Teacher certification. So when you go through the path, as it were, you learn different skills using different tools such as GarageBand, Keynote, might be using Numbers, might be using tools like Swift Playgrounds. And when you go through this, you're able to discover different resources and different ways of engaging our learners. There's these really good books that come up with every single module, so you can actually study up and understand what you need to do to use iMovie effectively or to best use Pages in your teaching and learning. When you go through, you are given self-marking tests and quizzes to understand your competence, understand the competence levels using these different Apple technologies. If you need help using the Apple Teacher platform, please get in touch. We'll coach you through it and help you to go through it online or, better yet, in person. Love to have you at the college to show you these tools. We've got another Apple Regional Training Centre event coming up next week about EdTech recommendations for iPad. We've had loads of really interesting stories from teachers around the college at Basingstoke College of Technology using different apps like Jamboard, different quizzes apps, sketching tools to help engage learners during lockdown. And now we are back in the actual physical classroom. So we're an EdTech demonstrator college, which means we help other schools and colleges. And we're also a regional training centre using different Apple technologies. We use lots of different tech, Google, Apple, Microsoft. and we like to share and help other people, whether it be students like Ishan or whether it be teachers like Newcastle College Group, who we were working with earlier on today. So if you have any questions, the wonderful Umaira is available to respond to any questions in relation to Swift Playgrounds in particular. We are on Twitter as well. It'd be lovely if you could follow us, and then we can talk to you and connect you with other opportunities and chances to come and work with us as well, or just to learn alongside us. Okay. Thank you very much for coming by. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mary. You've been wonderful. So we're going to put this on the site for people to watch back as well. If you have any questions, please get in touch with us. If you want to work with us or want to have that one-to-one coaching using Swift Playgrounds, please get in touch. Umaira is available to help you with that. Okay. Umaira, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming by, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.